the projector while I got it set up here on the floor. So first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. And in this demonstration, we are using my projector, what I paid for was $60. $60 NEC projector that I got off eBay, which is outdated and used. And sorry about that, excuse me about that, outdated and used. And it just shows you at the end of the day that you do not have to spend the money for an overpriced, expensive projector. Now, you want to make sure, if you do decide to spend the money for this particular projector, or any one of these high-end projectors, you want to make sure that you are getting the most from your investment. You do not want to get cheated, especially when you paid that kind of money out to begin with. And as I said before many times, that you can have the most advanced projector in the world. If you don't have the proper screen to display it off, well, your projector is absolutely worth nothing at the end of the day. So, I may be working on doing a projector challenge. Our $60 NEC projector versus the high-end projectors they have on the market, and showing at the end of the day, like I said, nothing wrong with the P2, nothing wrong with these high-end projectors, nothing wrong with them. The sad thing is they're being dumbed down on a gray screen paint product or a gray projection screen or white screen. They just can't produce that image. You know how the P2 is actually displayed, how they display that projector? They display that projector in a fully lit environment, white walls, and white furniture. That's how they display it. Let me show you something. That's one of the things I love about the demonstration they did under that projector, on how they displayed it. And when I see the demonstrations on these projectors, it's not displayed the same way as they actually have the selling point for that projector. You see that right there? That's how that projector is displayed. On every forum site that we go to, that's how they display that projector. That's how they advertise it. See how well lit that environment is? See how white the walls are? They do that on purpose to put all that light in there, which they're doing a fantastic job advertising it, but they do that to whiten up that entire area, to have it set up with the family and friends coming over playing video games, to show you that, look, you can have a projector that's just like a TV. You don't have to spend all this money, and you can use it in a fully lit environment. Something that they're trying their hardest to fight against, because like I said, projectors have that form of stereotype connected to them that says that if you own a projector, automatically you're going to be in the dark. Automatically you're going to have to do this, you're going to have to do that, you're going to go through all these bells and whistles and jumps through all these loops just to get the image to pop up. That's what the talk is. So when you see demonstrations of a projector of that caliber, of that power, and in different demonstrations where the demonstrations are dark, walls are dark, there's pockets of dark corners, it doesn't look like the exact same way as being displayed. And the commercials, you start thinking like, what in the heck is going on? I thought that projector was supposed to display in a fully lit environment. Keep in mind, this does not pertain to colors. This pertains to everything. This projector has a 2:1 contrast ratio, which means it should have the ability to be able to pull up a jet black star field in a well-lit environment with window light pushing through the window with no problem. It should have that problem, no problem whatsoever. The problem is the projector does have the capability. The problem is the screen is being displayed on it doesn't have it. That's why when you watch demonstrations, they're never done in these fully lit environments, because the projector can't do it, because the screen is cheating the projector or dumbing it down. Where in this demonstration, we have a $60 NEC projector. We can produce a 100% contrast level. And keep in mind, so some people can understand this, when people say, I see black levels, you are not seeing black levels on a gray screen. I don't care what your contrast ratio count is, you're picking up dark shades of gray. You don't pick up black levels. These screens pick up 100% black levels. And we can do this on a projector. I think my projector has, I had to check, I think it's 2,000 to 1. It's somewhere in that price, but it's not a lot. But I can pick up a 100% contrast level. How much money do my customers save? At the end of the day, this projector price point, highest would cost you is $200. That's it. Are you calibrating? No. Are you in dark environments? No. You have to go get it at the end of the day. I tell you, that's why I say that when I explain to people that when people are telling you at the end of the day that you are saving all this money, you're saving nothing at the end of the day. Absolutely nothing. And I'll tell you why you're not saving nothing. Whatever projector that's being used in any demonstration, whether it be certified or non-certified, whatever they're using in that demonstration, you're going to, in order to get that same picture quality, you're going to have that exact same projector or higher. That's how it works. And I explained to people on the phone, I said, no, there's no way in the world that you're going to go out and see a $50,000 projector being displayed in one demonstration, and you think you're going to do the same thing at 720p or 1080p or even a minimum 4K projector. No, it's not going to happen. You're going to have the same projector or higher. You're not going to get the exact same achievement. So when people are telling you you're getting quality, you know, you're getting quality from the projector. That's what the projector does on a gray screen. It's not showing at the end of the day what that gray screen can do. Because if that's the case, you could drop it down to a 720p easy and still get a high performance rate off of it. Can't do it. Gray screens do not pick up contrast. White screens do not pick up contrast. Contrast is everything. I explained that many times before. It's why when you buy a projector, it doesn't say you're going to get a 3000 to 1 white level. It says 3000 to 1 contrast level. That's why. Contrast is what's going to bring detail. It's going to bring depth to your images. And depending on how much money you spend on your projector is how better your color is going to pop and how much better your contrast levels are going to be to perform. So how much money are you actually saving at the end of the day when dealing with a gray screen paint product? Not a lot. Now, one of the things we're asked about the most when it comes to our black technology and ultra short throw projectors, can we pick up on an angle? Oh yeah, we can. We got 148 downstairs, I can do it easy. We're gonna do it up here too. For some reason, I swear, YouTube is just going commercial crazy. I'm gonna go pop over to Keystone. They don't do commercials over there. So there you go, basic food commercial, or food demonstration. Let's come over here. I can sit right here and I can see my screen in a fully lit environment. If you notice, even when we don't have light passing through the room, my room is far brighter than most demonstrations you see on YouTube. And it is. Do the research. We tell people, before you buy from us, match my demonstrations against anybody on YouTube. Anybody. You don't see any dark pockets. None of that nonsense going on. Nice and bright in the environment. Contrast levels are picking up, colors picking up correctly, nothing's watching, nothing's faded out on the screen. No calibrating is required. Look at the contrast levels, 100% black levels. So do you really need to spend the money for a $3,000 projector? No, you don't. People buy those projectors. Keep in mind, yes, if you want 4K, if you want to bump up to a little 4K, you want to bump up to 1080p, understandable. But if you're talking about for contrast level and color, no, you don't need to. It's not a requirement. It's not something you have. No, it's not. You don't need to. Mind, we have the lights on. We have not turned the lights off once in the demonstration. Don't need to. I see that in a lot of demonstrations. Just start off with the lights on, but eventually those lights will go out because that's the best performance that screen can do in the dark environment. And they definitely can't shoot a contrast level like this. Now, if I were to challenge, go to the forum site and challenge any one of those high-end, high-performance, ultra-short throw projectors to a contrast level only demonstration, they wouldn't pass. Even with 2 million, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, you couldn't pass. Because at the end of the day, as I said before, you can't see contrast. You see shades of gray. And this screen can maintain contrast, white levels, and colors all at the same time, also saving my customers a ton of money. Now, if you're watching a $3,000, $4,000, whatever it may be, projector at the end of the day, ultra short throw, and that environment sits in the dark, then automatically just tells you from the door that the screen is having issues. I've had people come up to me and say, well, is the P2 compatible? Yeah, P2 is compatible with our technology. Any one of those projectors are compatible. The problem is the projectors are being dumbed down. And I can just come off these levels right here and choose to go to. We don't have to go through what you call picking and choosing what demonstrations work well. Usually when you work with these projectors, ultra short throws and certain projectors that are using gray and white screens, they have to pick and choose what demonstrations they can use. They're trying to use something with a lot of color in it, but very little contrast, but with some contrast, so that way they can show some kind of improvement there. As I told you before, one of the biggest red flags, if you have to, and this is not to beat a dead horse to death, but mind you, if you do these in your demonstrations, they will be talked about. So don't do them in your demonstration and they won't be talked about. Anytime anybody has to get up and walk over to a screen at a finger's distance and push the camera against the screen to show you a contrast level on a $3,300 projector that is 3,000 lumens, that's fitting 2 feet 2 inches from a screen with a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio, and you have to walk over to a screen to show you the contrast, that's not good. That's extremely bad. That's like imagine having a 50 million lumen projector. This thing literally can make nighttime look like it's sunny outside, and you got to say, we got to turn out the dark because we may have a problem with picking up an image. But your projector is like 50 million lumens. What are you talking about? Yeah, but you know, we can't pick up in the well-lit environment because the screen, it washes out. Can you imagine that? There you go. No excuses. So if you look at the demonstration under the P2, well-lit environment, they put white furniture in, white sofas, white decorations in, nice high bright colors to give it the illusion that the room is well lit, plenty of light in the environment, like I said, well done in the demonstration, to show customers at the end of the day that when you buy my ultra short throw projector, you don't have to treat it like a projector. You can use it like a TV. That's what they were going for in the demonstration. But yet people own the projector and they can't do that. You know why they can do it? Because they probably got, knowing, being a company, they probably got a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $20,000 projection screen sitting in that room doing that demonstration. That screen has that capability to do that. Where a great screen paint cannot do it because it's an outdated product. And chances are they probably got a gunmetal in there to pull the contrast and the color to do it. So it just tells you right there that technology they have in there, that demonstration, it dumps it down a little bit compared to our technology, but not a lot at the end of the day. But you will pay for that technology. Where a great screen paint product or a great screen paint projection screen or whatever it may be in that particular category is going to dumb the projector down right from the door. That's why you're told, of course, keep in mind, they did calibrate the projector. I know that any company's going to calibrate. But keep in mind, they can show contrast and see the environment difference from that projector from the environment difference from everyone else you're seeing. You only saw one person I saw that was using that projector, and they were using it in a fully lit environment because they had a $3,000 dark Star 9 sitting on their wall. That's why it's a gunmetal screen. Gunmetal, dark. So that just shows you right there. Yeah, you buy a P2 and you put that against a gray screen or a white screen, you have dramatically dumbed your projector down beyond belief. Let's go over to kitty cats.
This is your invitation to experience all the feelings.
I'm in these rooms all day. In these rooms all day. These forum sites, from jumping from room, talking to people about their setups and everything, and I see the same thing in and out. Gray screens, gray screens, gray screens. When we go over to the elitists are the ones that have those darker gray screens. They have the diamonds in them in there. Those screens are absolutely, they're gorgeous, like I said. But at the end of the day, like I said, they can do more what the gray screens can do. They can produce in fully lit environments, but again, they're not picking up a 1% contrast level. And that's a conversation we have in there for another day, but that's a conversation we have with them with the elitists. The elitists have the $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 projection screens. They have $25,000 projectors in there, JVCs, barcodes, Roncos, that's what they have in there. And even then, with that kind of machinery and power they have in there, we can pour a Starfield demonstration in a fully lit environment, they can't do it. That's when the questions start popping up, like, what are you using? What do you guys got? What kind of projectors did you calibrate it? So and so and so. No, we didn't do any of that. And we turn around and show them the projector, jaw drops to the floor. Where can we buy that? Where can we get it at? Do you have an idea what this technology would do to a $25,000 projector? If they could do this to a projector of 60 bucks. So we can prove them at the end of the day, with all that power and that machine they got, they have dumbed their machine down. You've downgraded it. So much more, what you'll do to a P2 or any other projector in the $3,000, $4,000 range, you have basically downgraded your projector. If you have to calibrate, if you have to be stuck in dark environments to enhance your picture quality, your projector has been downgraded. For the way they make machines today, are you kidding me? I grew up in the era of reel-to-reel projectors. So you're talking about the way we have technology today, you still have to be in the dark? Are you kidding me? How is that possible? No excuse for it. Now with the technology we have in projectors now, the screens haven't caught up. The projectors are fantastic. The problem is the screen technology has not caught up yet. And they keep making more and more advanced projectors, but again, like I said, screens haven't caught up. So that's why we can sit here, do this demonstration on a $60 projector, and we don't have to spend $3,000. We don't have to spend $1,700. We don't have to spend $1,500 for a projector. We can do it at 60 bucks. Let's come out of here and let's go with, let me see. I want to get some other ones in here. Let me see. Hear my cat in the background making a sound. Wow. Let's get some white levels in here. So this is the white levels on our technology. As I said before, our screens have something called a heightener technology, which allows black screens to be able to produce and receive white light. White screensaver.
Getting that for YouTube.
There we go. Beautiful snow line, beautiful snow falling. Let's go switch over. Let's go to the snow wolves. Now, like I said, you see that picture of that display on my thumbnail? That's how a P2 is supposed to be displayed. Fully lit environment. And the whole object of those ultra short wave projectors, or any ultra short wave projectors besides the P2, is the fact that it's supposed to give you the ability to be able to use a projection screen in a fully lit environment without the screen washing out or fading and maintain the image. What they don't tell you is that in the demonstration, they're using probably an extremely expensive projection screen to do it. And judging by what I've seen by great products out here, they don't cut it at all. Not next to a $3,000 screen or a $5,000 or $10,000 projection screen. Because from the gray screen paint products I've seen on the market, I've never seen any of them do 18 screen certifies. Never. So how would you know if they could compete with a Seymour AV 1.3 or a, what is the other screen got? The Infinity and Blade by DMP Supernova, Elite Screens Dark Star 9, their Semi-Gray D5K, I think it's D5K, no, Semi-Gray, oh my goodness, it's Cinema-Gray D5, and the Cinema-Gray 3D. There you go. Maybe they're in there somewhere. Firehawk G Forge, Firehawk G5. You got the Seymour AV Matinee Black. You got the Matinee Silver. Don't know that, do you? They're not competing with any of those screens. Those screens are absolutely amazing screens of the day. No. Make sure my office is short. There's some game up here too on top of that. PS works for it. So I own 5, actually no, 6. I own 6 of these units. I'm not going to go and spend a money for an expensive projector. My technology can make this look like that. And at the end of the day, every demonstration I've seen under these projectors, every last one of them, besides the one I saw in the Dark Star 9, was in the dark. Even the people that were reviewing the projector were in the dark. What do you call ambient light controlled environments? So right now, the environment I'm at right now is using 10 times more light than what they do in the demonstrations. The demonstrations we did with the Ultimate GT 5500 outside on 140 inches outside, there is no demonstration on YouTube anywhere that can match that demonstration. And there isn't, because in every demonstration I see with an ultra short throw, they're always in the dark. People spend way too much money. What do we have right here? What's this right here? Who makes this? Oh no, go back to that. Definitely go back to that. I want to see who's doing this one right here. Oh yeah, the screensaver. Screensavers, 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let me take, let me do this colors right here.
This is our place.
No calibrating. Beautiful colors, no calibrating. Customers I talked to today really do not want to spend money for a high-end projector. They don't want to spend the money. They want something that's going to work out, they're going to have beautiful color, beautiful contrast. They don't want to calibrate. They want to paint the screen and be done with it. And this is where our technology shows it's basically that more advanced than what you're going to see on the market. It's due to the fact, like I said, you're going in order to get that contrast. Well, you're not going to get contrast exactly like this technology, but look at a darker shade of gray. You're going to either two things. You're definitely going to be in the dark. That's definitely going to happen to enhance that contrast level. You can't do it in a fully lit environment. And you're going to have to spend some money for a projector. You're going to need more than a 2,000, 3,000, or even 5,000. You're going to need more than a 20,000 to 1 contrast ratio. You're going to need a lot to do it. It's going to cost you money. And to get your colors to pop just right, you will be calibrating your projector. Which means that's something, if you don't know how to do it, either you're going to pay someone to do it, or you're basically just going to figure it out yourself. So if you need to spend $3,000, or even you need to spend $1,500 or $1,700 for a overpriced projector, you do not have to at all. And as you can see, 720p looks quite incredible. And anyone who tells you that 720p projectors are not worth the time, at the end of the day, the screen's not worth the time. Any screen should display on a projector of 720p and up without a problem. You got screens on high-end at 1080p that can't even pull. And we've tested them, 5,000 lumen 1080p projectors that have a very hard time picking up a contrast level. What's this one here? See, you could never pick this up. I mean, by you, people have these gray screens. No, you're not picking this up at all, period. You couldn't pick up even the background would never even come up. You have to be subjected to a dark environment to do it. It's the only option you have. Not at $60 you won't. Sorry about that, people. These are simple, basic demonstrations. Like I said, at the end of the day, why are you paying all this money for a projector with an extremely high contrast level, something you will never, ever be able to see on a gray or white screen? You will never see it. The only thing I said before, you will pick up shades of gray, that was it, and you will be in a dark environment. And even in a dark environment next to our technology, you're still not picking up contrast or color. I'm gonna let that run for a bit. Hey, what's up, buddy? Where you been at? Wow. Hey, we're down to your snack here. Come here, buddy. Wow. Every time it rains, it brings a headache. We're gonna be in our room. You know better than that, right? There you go. That's a great screen paint product. I'm not picking that up. $5,000 certified projection screen. Gunmetal. There you go. Great screen paint products do not pick up contrast levels on ultra short throw projectors. They can't see color and they can't see contrast. A basic demonstration like this of just showing the screen producing in a fully lit environment with a black contrast level. Ultra short throws can't pick up. Well, this, like I said, the black technology we have here can pick up with no problem because, like I said, it gets back more to the projector. But when you're talking about a gray screen paint product or a gray projection screen or white screen or whatever, they cannot see it. There you go. I was going to sit there and tell you that it's not going to register. It's not going to register. This is why when somebody's introduced to something like this, the first thing they're going to do is, like I said, they're going to darken the environment. They're going to turn out the lights, or they're going to go out and they're going to spend a lot of money for a projector to make up for what the screen can't see. There's nothing wrong with the projector. The problem is the screen. The screen has dumbed down your projector. If a $60 NEC projector can pull up a contrast level on our screen with no problem whatsoever, what is wrong with the gray screen? Which now we're going to have to do a demonstration on that one too for the forum site. I like this display right here. This is pretty cool. So this means that at the end of the day, if you have a gray screen paint product on your wall, you will be spending more money for a projector. And you will be calibrating. Color red doesn't even pick up properly on a gray screen. Where my customers are going and spend $60 to $200 and down for an ultra short throw projector, and anybody with a gray screen is going to have to go out and spend a couple $1,000s because their screen can't register, and even under that couple thousand, you still can't see it. So yeah, it costs you it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Now keep in mind, for individuals who may want to mimic this demonstration, do not forget the contrast levels and do not forget the fully lit environments, which means no dark spots in the room at all, period. Nothing displaying or blocking window light as in large cabinets, shades being pulled down, none of that. Fully lit environment. Because we have people try to mimic the exact same thing. Look, no, it doesn't. And face it, it doesn't pull contrast. And stay away. And if you have to get up off a couch, and I swear, and walk over to a screen to show the difference in the contrast level, that is a huge, massive fail. When they display demonstrations, in the demonstrations, 98% of that demonstration that's being displayed should be nothing but strictly black levels. But what they'll do is they'll do a demonstration with a lot of color in it, and a little bit of black, and then they'll walk over to the camera close one. No, you can't do that. It doesn't work in the form sites I'm in right now. They don't back it up, buddy. Why are you so close to the screen? You gotta back that up. Let's see more contrast. It's not dark enough. Can you give me a starry night? Can you give me heavy contrast levels? That's what they're gonna request. We can do that, no problem. As a matter of fact, I gotta be in there later on today. But you know, gaming is everything. If you're doing this demonstration, if you're playing a game that requires heavy contrast levels, you are not picking up on a great screen at the end of the day. Oh, I cannot wait to get the freaking Borderlands. It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. I'm still trying to figure out what to play this on. But they got the heavy contrast levels up in this bad boy. I like these. Let's go with let me see. Outer space screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Like I said, at the end of the day, if they're going to produce bright colors, big deal. I got network gray sitting on the floor. I'm about to go prime a screen in here pretty soon. I got 2 gallons of network gray on the floor. It'll do the exact same thing. No problem whatsoever. I can pull the same color level. You have to do to show off a star field, a heavy contrast level in a fluid environment. So as you can see right here, $3,000, $3,300, $4,000 or $5,000 for the ultra short throw projector, and you're paying for that because it has a massive amount of contrast, you'll never see it. You're just going to pick up darker shades of gray. We can do it at $60. Let's go over to, let's see. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest heights. Go fly a kite. Let's see if it makes our screen so dark that you can't even see it. Nope, doesn't do that either. And I can do this at long throw on eco mode at 9% settings. I've even done it at 1,000 lumens and a max zone. I've even done this outside too. Outside at 5 o'clock in the evening. Now we can pick a white levels with no problem. Not an issue. problem at the end of the day is how much money are you willing to spend at the end of the day. If somebody says, well, look, like I said, sorry to be the dead horse to death, but like I said, if you said it and you mentioned it in the demonstration, hey, guess what? It's going to be used against you at the end of the day. And somebody can say, well, no, if I mention something in the demonstration doesn't pan out right, they can use it against me. It's fair game. So keep in mind, if you're using a projector, again, at that caliber, you should never, ever be in a dark environment to display black levels. Never. It should not be a problem. Let's go with AK Nature Desire.
Getting that from YouTube.
This demonstration, a majority, all of them, were done in the dark. Let's start off with my favorite, this one right here.
What's that? You don't think we can make Cool Ranch cooler? Oh. Doritos flaming hot.
Now we know this demonstration was definitely done in a dark environment on a projector, on an ultra short throw. So my $60 projector sitting here on the floor can produce a better contrast level. I can say that it can produce a better contrast, but the projector's not doing the job. What's doing the job is the screen's doing the job. Which means the screen is giving this projector that would never have the ability to be able to compete with a projector of a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio. It gives it that ability now. And not only does it give it the ability to be able to compete with it, but to be able to beat and outperform that projector. Which is going to be an interesting experiment. So we're going to have a challenge out. My $60 projector versus any high-end ultra short throw projector to produce a contrast level in a fully lit environment. Now the reason why we're doing this is to show you at the end of the day that it comes down to the screen. Because of my screen, that projector on the floor has the ability to produce that contrast level better than a projector that's going to have a much higher contrast ratio than my projector on the floor. The screen does all the work. Where in the demonstrations I see, the projector's doing all the work because the screen doesn't have the capability to produce that contrast level, only the projector. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, as you look at the white demonstration, we're showing you real quick. In the white demonstration, you can see where the gray screen paint product is bringing up the most highest white level. This is an extremely bad sign. And the reason why is because it's collecting too much white light. It's going to have a problem picking up contrast, and it's definitely going to have a problem picking up color. So therefore, you will be calibrating your projector. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's what the red screen looks like on an ultra short throw projector versus our black technology versus the gray screen. As you can see, you're picking up a 100% deep, rich red, where the gray screen is completely washed out. As I said before, and we showed the white levels are way too high. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
You should get a credit card. The money after your hard work pays off. Unless you're butler.
So it shows you at the end of the day, if you go out and you spend the money for a high-end projector, keep in mind, you don't have to. People go out and spend the money for high-end projectors because they figure you're going to get better contrast, you're going to get better color at the end of the day. Their white levels are going to be such and such and so. But keep in mind, like I said, You can go out and spend the money for a $60 ultra short throw. You can spend the money for a $200 ultra short throw. You're not going to, at the end of the day, have to spend all this money for all these extra bells and whistles to make the image look better. It doesn't make a difference. Our technology is incredible on 720p. So it's not saying that you have to have a 4K to have that advanced image. You have to have a 1080p projector that has that advanced image. You can get that from a basic 720p because the technology we have makes 720p projectors are absolutely incredible. You will not be calibrating your projector. As you can see, our screen's picking up proper color, giving the projector the ability to pick up proper color. And the reason why you see these bigger projectors, more expensive machines on gray screens, as long as they're on gray screens or white screens, the reason why their colors are coming up so poor, the reason why they're required to calibrate, because they can't see color at the end of the day. That's why the people spend money for that 8-bit and 12-bit color wheel. So the more advanced color they have, the more brighter the colors are going to be to perform. How many more colors the screen can actually see. Yeah, they spend all this extra money just to turn around, and I go into a forum site to see this amazing high-powered machine dumbed down on a gray screen or white screen. So you really don't have to spend all the money for these ultra short throws or expensive projectors. Our technology does all the work. I think we're about done here on time. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. As I said before, when you're buying a projector, you don't have to spend all this money for all these expensive bells and whistles. It's not needed. You can get a basic projector for under $200 using our technology, so absolutely incredible. And as you can see, the difference between our projector and a regular grade product, you're not going to be able to pull that contrast, you're not going to be able to pull that color. You're basically dumbing down your machine. Our technology gives you the advancement to get the most in your projector at the end of the day without basically breaking the bank. All right, thank you for your time. I have to go, and I have to be on the forum site in a few minutes.